All right, I'm back, y'all. These joints be going so good, I ain't be realizing that I would be flying. But I'm gonna open up a little bit more, and then we can ask a couple of questions if y'all got some questions about some stuff. I told you Chris this was gonna be a goodie with Chris because he got a lot of knowledge and just giving us a different perspective of basketball because he's from West Coast guy on some different basketball folks, different point of views of basketball and stuff like that. So yeah, we back at it.
Round three.
I said, man, round three. So I was just telling the people a little bit why I wanted you to come online with me because you just being a basketball guy from from the West Coast, it gives like a different perspective. Even though it's all the same because it's basketball, but you know what I mean. It's still like a different game. Like I said, when we play the West Coast teams, it still seems like it's a little different sometimes. Um, when I watch West Coast guys play in the league and play on playing the NBA, they move a little differently. It seems like, you know what I mean. So I kind of wanted to touch on that, and like I said, bringing a different a breath of fresh air. And then the folks on the East Coast out here that might didn't know what was going on. They can see what's going on right now for sure. So I'm just posted that pin so I can pin that back up there right now so the people can know who they are. They can tap into your Instagram, and I'm gonna tap into you. I'm gonna put your Twitter information up there too. They can tap in and see what you got going on and all that.
No,
And,
yeah, it's always a good thing. It's different. It's not the same. You guys live different. You guys are brought up different, and we're brought
mm-hmm.
up differently. So it's good to find common ground and just hear stories that you might agree with or don't agree with. But like you said, we don't talk enough. Like when we compete, we so mad at each other whether we win or lose, and especially I hear everybody's jockeying for the player, and so the gym used to be a fun place, but now it's like a place of, it's almost like war. Like, dude, like, this guy don't talk to you because this person, that person. So it's always good to just talk, you know what I'm saying? And I got nothing but respect for Boo Williams and Virginia and you guys and what you guys, because you guys are one of the gold standards of a program.
I appreciate that.
I wanted to start a program. I'd want to be like this. And Keith, too, like the DMV Takeover and Boo Williams, you know what I'm saying? I didn't even realize the fact, I forgot that the West Coast lost to Takeover. At least we got a little get back at Boo Williams. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I love the competitive spirit. I get in trouble sometimes because I'm too competitive with it sometimes, but I think that's the fun part about it. Like, let's compete.
Yeah, because we was
your coach versus my coach. Who got the better players? Who got this? And that's all fun. It's all barbershop talk, and that's why we go. I used to be in a barbershop 2 hours just talking mess about basketball around the corner. So I'm damn sure gonna want to talk some mess about somebody from a different coach, you know what I'm saying?
Dog, it was so weird that year, right, 2017, we had Keldon Johnson, Keontae Johnson, you know what I'm saying? Zion was still with us, you know what I'm saying? We had a kid that's at LSU, Andre Hyatt. Like, we were good, really good. And then I remember we were downstairs in the gym, and Keith had just won, you know what I'm saying? They had just won to go to the chip. You know what I'm saying? It was like Boo and Keith was talking, and you know what I'm saying? I'm standing there, we stretching the guys out. He was like, yo, go get it done, yo. We can have an all DMV championship. And I was like, I said, that shit would be crazy. I said, Nike would have been in an uproar. If we could have pulled that off, yo, all DMV championship.
Like, I didn't really get to see how many people came for the Boo Williams game versus Why Not. But that Why Not versus Takeover game,
it was nuts.
It was packed with DC people in there. Nuts. And that was like, and to me, for the culture, like, people want to say who got the better circuit. Come on, man, that's
yeah. I don't even entertain that number that much no more.
No, it's not even. It's to me, and I've never been into Under Armour or Adidas circuit because I'm always with ours. It ain't even close. If you can tell me what Takeover did, if you can tell me that many people would travel to an AU program, to a game, on everybody else's circuit, then God bless them. But that was something special. And as being a West Coast guy, and I'm not supposed to care, but West Coast just lost. I was in awe of that. I thought that was dope. I was like, look at all these people, and it was rocking. It was like,
and then they start chanting.
What? They had the little, like, it was a real thing. So I can only imagine if you guys had played each other in the Final Four and the championship game, it wouldn't have been no room for nobody else.
Because we traveled good that year too. We traveled deep that year because you know what I mean. We traveled good. We had some good. Normally we always have some good parents with that with the you know what I'm saying, with all the teams really. So that year a lot of parents traveled down to Augusta. It was our first time. We had Miss Peach, I think the year before. So and then we came back that year, and then Keldon and Keontae was like something special, you know what I'm saying, for us. We had like a legendary run with them down there because, you know, I think people was I don't know if people thought we was going to be, you know, that good that year, you know what I mean? But Keldon was so good by himself. It kind of elevated the guys up. And then, like I said, I keep talking about the Keontae Johnson's at Florida.
He went to Virginia. He went to Oak Hill, right?
Yeah, he went to Oak Hill. Yeah, they played there together.
Yeah, because Corey, that's Corey's guy.
Corey Alexander.
Yeah, Corey loves talking about that.
Yeah. So they were really good. Like that was a real good tandem on the wing that we had. You know, those two boys at the same time. So we made a legendary run down there with that. And you know what I'm saying? We was like, yeah. Last year's team, you know what I'm saying, once we got the Peach, and I think we had a real good regular season with the 17s last year, like real good season. We had like, when we started off the season, we had, I mean, I know it don't really matter to a lot of people about the stars and all that, but shit, we had like, what, 3 or 4 or 5 stars and 1 4-star in the starting lineup. Like,
that matters.
Everybody.
That matters. That matters.
Yeah, I think it matters, but you know, people try to say the stars don't matter. But I'm like, if those stars is up there for a reason, and most of the time the guys can play. I think we started like at the beginning of the season, we had like 4 5-star or either 3 5-stars or 2 4s, and people were saying how we was going to get them to gel together and all that, but it ended up working out well, and I thought we was going to win. I really thought once we made that run in Peach, and we lost down there, and then we won. We went to the game to watch Wisconsin team. God damn, I can't think of their names. They had to beat with the boy Jalen Johnson and them.
Oh,
I don't know why I can't think of that team.
Phenom? What's that?
Phenom. We beat Phenom down there, and I thought Phenom was going to be crazy. I thought Phenom and also
me too. They
Titans.
Had a team.
I thought Titans was going to be in the mix in the Final Four down there too, but they ended up losing out. But Phenom had to beat somebody for us to get in, and I went to the game, and I remember sitting beside parents and stuff that was with Phenom. It was like she saw my shirt. She was like, "Oh, so y'all need us to win because we had just beat them." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we needed some help from them. She was like, "Well, y'all better start cheering for us then." You know what I mean? So I went there cheering for Phenom. You know what I'm saying? Because if they would have lost, we would have got put out. I think it was my boys up in New England was Expressions. They was playing Expressions. I think. Yeah.
This isn't the last one. This is 2017.
No, this was last summer. We needed Phenom to win. Yeah.
But then y'all almost lose to AOT in like some crazy game.
Oh man, you ain't see that one? Whew.
No, I was watching one of my teams play.
Oh
and
I
heard about it.
Dog, I swear it seemed like, because I just think, you know, AOT had, you know, Sharif and Brandon Boston, you know what I mean? So I think everybody thought Brandon Boston and Sharif, you know, against Y9 against Jalen Green, you know what I'm saying? I think
people definitely, even though what's my man name that got
Cam Thomas.
Yeah, even though Cam didn't go to McDonald's, Cam was flat out phenomenal, and Mark was phenomenal too. But like you said, people want to see Boston and Sharif versus.
I'm a realist.
Yeah,
I'm a realist.
Right. Facts.
I'm a realist because our gym was super packed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We played AOT in Dallas, and it wasn't a live period in Dallas, and it was still crazy in there. Crazy. They beat us in Dallas, actually. They was up big on us in Dallas, like 15. And then we came back, took the lead, and then we just started playing crazy again. And then they ended up beating us. But that game, when we played AOT, that's probably been the best game that I've ever been involved with.
I think my man's saying that right now. One of the best.
Oh yeah, that's my man Swerve. He's in DC. Yeah. He got some young killers. He's his sons are young, but they're good. He was a hell of an athlete in college when we were at Hampton University. That's my guy from Delaware. He's a real stand-up dude too. But they when we played AOT, dog, man, that joint was so crazy in there.
And that little gym.
We won. We won on a alley-oop.
Like I saw like backdoor. It was something where that was crazy. And it was like
we won on an alley-oop. It was a play that we run all the time. Like it's
what up,
you know,
Matt?
you know what I'm saying? Cam come. It was like, you know, Cam scoring it so crazy, right? At every tournament that we played in. So he sets a back screen on Mark's man. and then everybody either normally runs with Cam like they did. Both players went with Cam.
Right.
The other guy came over, he was too little, and Zion threw it up to him. And that joint went in, and I'm like, oh shit. So people kind of halfway celebrating.
Yeah, but, he had like seconds left, right?
Word, Sharif got all the way. He took a floater from like inside the 3, and that joint was lined up, looked like it was going in, and it hit the back of the rim. And I was like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? And Boo went crazy, the stands went crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how PCM be, all the coaches was in there.
Yeah, I'll be wanting to get that kind of fade. I wish I could have saw that game live. Like 2019 was a great summer for me because like I would say like go back to like I would go to EYBL stuff, games be cracking. I come home and it wasn't EYBL, and I go to Drew League, games be cracking, like just wall to wall people. Like I just pray that we can get back to that vibe, you know, COVID stuff. Sharif got
he did.
Oh,
he did.
So he could have got a layup.
He could have got a layup, dog. He could have got a layup because Mark made the tip in, right? So Mark starts chasing him back down the court, but he stops at half court. All our players like stop at half court. I think we had my guy Alan Struthers was in the game when our young guys was in. He went back with Sharif and was chasing him, and he shot that shit from 3-point like a floater from the 3-point line. I think he could have got all the way to the cup, yo. No bull.
That'd be y'all have lost it. You'd have walked home from there.
Would have left. Y'all would have been so hurt. My feelings would have been hurt so bad because that game was a lot of tension. Because you know the point guard matchup was crazy. Like Zion and Sharif were going nuts, head to head. Like that joint was an incredible matchup.
That's why I was trying to tell people, like, you know, in the West Coast we don't really have EYBL like that. So people think out here that it's kind of like, oh no, it doesn't really matter where you're playing again. Until you get to see Peach Jam, you do not understand how different the basketball and the pressure is. And these coaches get a good idea of how these kids, like same with Air West and Middle, like you put in a position where you have to knuckle up.
Right.
And if you don't knuckle up, it's in front of everybody and you have no excuses. So when these kids get out here and these kids be changing their lives in a week. Yeah. You can go from nobody to somebody quick. And it's not necessarily, and that's what makes EYBL better because it's not necessarily, of course the clothes are better. Of course the clothes are better in the shoes.
Oh yeah.
It's the people you're playing against. Another person said that. That's what makes it the thing. You're playing against other 4 or 5-star guys consistently. Not one game, and then you're playing against a bunch of dudes that aren't going to be where you're going to be at or you're supposed to be at in a couple years. You're playing every game, especially when you get the Peach Jam. You are playing against a killer on that team. Somebody. Yeah. They could be 0-4, 0-8. They are whatever it is.
They could be. They still could be good though.
Oh no, they're gonna be good. It's not could be like these coaches take that thing seriously. Like
word.
And I'm happy I don't have no real dog in the fight because I get to be at PGM every year, no matter
regardless.
what. Being
regardless
on the team, and then I can't go, and then I'm hot. You know what I'm saying? So and that's what separates us. And it's Nike's storytelling, it's Nike's energy, and it's just PGM is just an amazing. Yeah, Kie changed his life there. Kenjo changed his life there. Both of them. You know what I'm saying? They're probably pros anyway. But
dog, because I think they were like, I think the James. And I want to say Clark too. I think Clark might have been going to like Santa Barbara or something.
He was going to Davis. He was going
to Cal Davis. C. Davis. Yep. I knew it was one of those schools out there before Peach Jam. I was like, he had already committed. And then we scout the teams or whatever. James Akinju, I didn't think he was that good back then.
He got that. See, James got, and I don't even know James personally. Like I said, when they made their run, when they won it all, that's when I was going through my situation in Augusta, in the hospital in Augusta. But he just got that dog in him. He got he from Oakland, and he from Oakland. And he tough, dog. Like he
tough.
And he was, and Kyrie Walker was actually on that team at first.
Yes.
When Kyrie left the program is when they kind of like.
They got better.
They started rocking and rolling.
They kind of got better because I don't know exactly what was going on, but it seemed like it might have been a little bit of tension. A lot of with those guys,
you know how to go with that. You know how to go with that.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It wasn't working out, and Kyrie's actually a cool little kid, actually, but he just wasn't working out. But it gave James a chance to just like really, really show who he was, and him and Kenjo together. Boy, that was something else.
They were tough. They were tough. They gave us hell.
And they both under 6 feet tall. Like when you have 2 guys under 6 feet tall, You know, Kendra might say he's 6'1", but I think he's under 6 feet.
He got busy against us. Kendra really got crazy. He went crazy against us though. He was like unstoppable, and we knew he was good, but I was like, damn, he's really really good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We didn't know he was that good like that though.
Yeah.
So
that was a pretty special team. They did so.
And the soldiers, they that's a special program though. So
yeah,
you know
they're like Takeover and Boo Win. They're the standard. They've been around for a long time, doing things their way and making it work out and helping kids get to college and winning Peach Jam. I think they won it twice. And
yeah, they have.
So, you know, the basketball on the West Coast is pretty rich, man. It's brutal because guys be beefing all the time, but you know, the proof is in the pudding, man. We putting out these kids, we putting these kids in D1s, and I mean, I wasn't a Division I player, and I damn sure wasn't an NBA player, but I understand how hard you have to play just to make it to Division II. So some of these kids just to, you know, humble themselves a little bit and go where it fits for them. But you know, the culture is D1. The culture is that I gotta be popping, I gotta be shining. So I kind of understand how they get caught up in that vibe as well. But
I remember I was playing my guy. AOT has a guy that's down with him. That's from up Jersey.
Art, brother.
Yeah. So he said we and him were talking at Peach Jam. He was like, "Yo," I bumped into him in the hallway. He was like sweating. And I'm like, "What up, dog, yo?" He's like, "Man, fuck, man, I just won my one." You know what I'm saying? He was like, "Yo, one of the hardest things about Peach Jam is just like, you know, or EYBL is just coaching, this, you know, how the coaches put in so much work. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a guy, 2 guys, maybe 3 guys, you know what I'm saying, on their team. It's always something going on. It's always a really good guy on the team. And then, you know, once Nike, you know, puts their special sauce on it and the theatrics start coming with it and, you know, dress those gyms up and, you know what I'm saying, and do all of that, it just goes to another level.
A whole
you know what I'm
level.
saying? It goes to a whole nother level for sure. And then, man, I hope we could get back to Peach Jam with everybody being over top of each other. And, you know what I'm saying, that's part of it. Like, that's part of it. One of our, someone who works with us, she's like Boo's assistant, but she travels a lot with the girls. She came to Peach Jam with us last year. And she was like, "Oh, I don't like this though, coach. I don't like Peach Jam." I was like, "What?" She's like, "No, the games are crazy." You know what I'm saying, and all that. But she's like, "There's no room," because, you know, in Nike Nationals for girls in Chicago, I think they play in it's bigger and they got
it's more space. Yes,
yeah. She was like, it's no room. She's like, "There's people talking trash to y'all like right behind y'all." I was like, "Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy."
But you go back to being, I don't know how old she is. I'm not sure her background, but that goes back to being older and playing in the gym and playing in parks and stuff. That's the way it's supposed to be. Like, right. I don't like playing. I remember when I coached at Losing and we would have games to be wall-to-wall people. Then I coached at Redondo, which is cool. We had some good games, but it was like, you know, the kids were less gangsters, families were less gangsters, supposedly. And the games were like, they were like this cool little clap your hands, fun games. But I miss those. I want that big, somebody talking shit to me and I could hear him and I could talk. When I used to coach at Luzinger, I used to talk shit to people while I was helping out. I was assistant coach. I used to spend more time probably talking shit to people in the stands than I did talk to the kids. And I love
year we played, my year that I was with 16s, yo, we played 2 Cali teams out there, yo, at Peach Jam. And I think that was the most shit-talking game I ever been a part of. Like, I'm not gonna lie, yo, like, we played The Truth, and then we played that's why I got confused with Josh being with them, because we played them too. We beat both of them. We beat The Truth that year. They 16s year. We beat The Truth, and then we turned around and beat Cal Supreme. And Cal Supreme had a Mexican kid on there that was crazy too that played with Josh. And we beat them back to back.
Jaime Lopez. He's at UCLA right now.
Yeah, that's him. So he was really good, you know what I'm saying? And so we was out there, and I know some college coaches from the West Coast or whatever. So we reaching out to them, trying to get them to come see our kids play, this and that. So, I talked to one of my guys. I ain't even gonna say what school he's at. He's at a big school on the West. And he was like, "Yo," he told my coach, he was like, "When y'all sent me the schedule and I saw y'all had to play The Truth and then play Cal Supreme back to back," he was like, "Shit, I thought both of those was L's." I was like, "Yeah, we ended up winning the pool that year." You know what I mean? So we ended up winning the pool and beating both of them back to back. And then we lost to Arkansas Wings. After we knock off like 2 of the best teams on 16s, we lose to them. And then And then CP3 put us on it. That's the year CP3 won 16s. They were really good that year.
Oh,
I
that
think
was
they
good.
made
Then what's my man named the
who was
strong
on?
kid?
Yeah, on Wendell Moore.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Wendell was on it. Wendell was on 15 that year.
He was on 16s that
16
year.
that year. Oh, was
Yeah, he
yeah, he
won it
was. I
on
think he
16
was on 16 that year.
because he was a freshman. I think though he probably was
Yeah.
playing. I think he was playing up. He was a freshman, but they put it on us. We played them the first game outside of pool play, and then what made it so bad is how the 17 start coming in after the 16Us are already playing. So
Yeah.
it was about to be a big game after us. I think our 17s was about to play. What's my man that was at LSU? We was about to play. Damn, I can't think of that boy name. He's at LSU right now. But
Emmett Williams.
He might be good to come out. He
Emmett
played
Williams.
He from
Point guard.
Louisiana. He from Louisiana. We play.
Oh, I don't know him.
I think we play Houston Hoops. Mac, tell me who that is, yo. The point guard from that played with Houston Hoops that year. But we end up playing Houston. Our 17s played Houston Hoops right after we played CP3 on the same court. So we getting drug out that joint. Next thing you know, every coach in America start coming in. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Start coming in, and then they seeing us getting. I'm like, damn, yo, this is when our guys. Yeah, Javonte Smart. Javonte Smart.
Okay, Javonte.
Yeah. So our 17s ended up winning the game, but I was telling our kids that was our opportunity for some of our guys on 16s. I was like, yo, those big time coaches came in there, and we in there getting thrashed though. I'm like, damn, yo, that's what happens in that joint. You never know. Who's gonna pop up in that joint. I think we played one night, and that's when KD came in, where we played. We had another crazy game against somebody. Keldon went crazy. That's when O'Kill was recruiting him, and Steve Smith and them were at the game. And I think Keldon scored our last 13 points. Like he came off the floor, was like, "Yo, just give me the ball!" Like almost in tears, like 'cause, you know what I'm saying. Like it was a tight game going back and forth against. I think it was Houston Hoops. I'm pretty sure it was. And he was like, "Yo, just give me the ball." And he scored like our last 13 in the fourth. He only finished with 20 for the game, and scored 13 straight in the fourth quarter and took us out of that joint. You know what I'm saying? I got so many. I'm sure you do too. I got so many stories about EYBL play and all that. It is so crazy, yo. Like, but all the people that's inside of here too. If y'all got questions, anything, you could just pop them up.
Well, one dude asked what's the difference between the three circuits, and like I was saying before, I've never been to Adidas or Under Armour circuit, so I can't say what I know. But from what I'm hearing, there's a big difference, especially in the atmosphere and the talent. So, and just speaking about Peach Jam and EYBL and the stops we have, that's what to me separates us from the other companies, because the energy and the attention to detail from the banners to the refs to the coaching is just a little bit, to me, in my opinion, just a little bit different. We just do a little bit different, and we've been blessed. And I wasn't around when it first started. I've actually gotten blessed to be a part of it now. Like I'm just protecting my part of the shield. You know what I'm saying? I'm just doing what I can to keep the vibe going. Unlike other things where I was around for a long time. So I'm just I'm learning. Like I said, my background wasn't grassroots per se. I wasn't trying to be a scout or have a service, anything. No shot, no, shade anybody that does that. I wish I was making extra money doing that shoot.
Right.
But my thing was just basketball. So when I was thrown into this gig, and I actually went on for this job when Mike Mayo had the job, and they didn't choose me. So I actually was told no the first time I wanted to be in this role.
Wow.
So yeah, so everything's, it's a marathon. Like this ain't been easy for me. I tell people all the time, the OG, or I want to be just like you. I said, well, if you want to be like me, dude, you better be willing to take some sacrifice and be ready to hear the word no and still get to
take a couple of L's here and there.
No, you have to. It's not fair for you not to. There's too many rewards behind basketball. There's too many things you can get from basketball. I think it's just going to be always yes, and it's going to be, you know what I'm saying? So if you're willing to do that, you can be where you want to be. So my point of saying that was that's the difference between Nike and Adidas and stuff. It's just different people, different energies. You know what I'm saying? They're doing their thing. They're getting their kids where they need to go, but you just gotta see this. It's just
yeah. Because I mean,
the 15s and 16s is cracking too.
The 15s were nuts. Like I was telling Boo this, and my man that's in here talking with us now, Coach Mack, he was my assistant on 15s, or my partner on 15s. I was telling Boo, I was like, yo, 15s is crazy, yo. Like, people don't understand how crazy. I tell the same story I told her when I was on with Dane. Like, we played Last year in Dallas, we played Bradley Bill Elite. You know what I'm saying? They were good. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, Jahidi White walking in there, and then you got Jason Tatum coming, and Bradley Bill himself coming. You know what I'm saying? Larry Hughes' son was on the team. I'm like, yo, it's 4 or 5 NBA dudes. Like, you know what I'm saying? These were dudes, and they in there watching and like cheering those guys on. You know what I'm saying? I go back to the hotel, like, we lost to them. We was winning too, and then we ended up losing by a couple. Like, I think they ended up beating us by like 4 or 5. It was a really good game. I go back. I'm furious though. We in the lobby. You know what I'm saying? After we get the kids some food and stuff, I'm talking to like all the other people in the org. I'm like, yo, these motherfuckers, they had 5 people from the NBA in there watching them play this, and that. Man, I need y'all to come to my games. I'm telling Boo, I need you to come to the game, yo. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even fair. You know what I'm saying? Like we need y'all there, because I said these people are coming out for these teams, yo. Like, it's like a different type of like feel, the rush. Like, we talk about it all the time in our meetings and stuff. Like, some of the things that you like about it. And I was like, I just, you know, I had, well, you know, coaching it and being a head coach in the league. I was like, I like that rush, like standing up. Once that game gets started, you know, you standing up. You know, it's a lot of adrenaline pumping. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole lot going on. It's a lot of pressure to try to win and get a W. It's hard to get a W. We lost 2 games last year by 3 points. You know what I'm saying? Back to back.
Those 3 points can keep you at home or have you at the PIT. You know
at the PIT, that's where I was at.
Yeah.
At the invitation. I remember one year, yo, what up, Jake Cooper? That's one of my guys from out here, from out the beach, tough point guard. Played with us last year, playing with us. But we went to PIT with the 17s one year. And Boo was like, Rodney, we can never play here again. We got to win. Like, you know, it's good teams over there because, you know, they put an EYBL division over there.
The energy's not the same. It's good teams, and the coaches pull up. So it ain't like you're not getting.
Yeah, the coaches come.
You just missing that vibe. You just missing that vibe. You know what I'm saying? What up, Trish?
Yeah, hey, Trish. That's my. I met Coach. Her son can play.
Yeah, we work on things. I'm hoping it works out the way she wants to work out. Trish used to play with me at the YMCA back in her WNBA days when she was out here giving us business, and we up here thinking we're gonna make some money, and she out here schooling us.
Where I didn't even know Coach. Like, the first time I met her, she was at the Sportsplex watching her son play, and she was just in the stands, like super calm, just watching the game. And I didn't even know she was a college coach. I don't even think she had no gear on. And then one of our guys in the program introduced me to her, told me she was a college coach. And she still ain't tell me all her. I had to find out on my own her. You know, everything else that she got going on. You know what I'm saying? Like the WNBA and all, and, you know, just being she's another California legend. She's going to be one of my lady guests up here. She is.
She's definitely that. She definitely was one of the first females, the WNBA, that whole little, not whole little, but when that vibe first started early, she was one of the first ones to be out there hooping. And and she's a good people.
I'm shy, man. Stop it. Yeah, right. She came to my game. Yeah, the game that I lost when our 17s lost, she was at our game because I had Amari on my team, and I was in that joint going crazy with one of the referees in that joint, and I could hear her backing me up. She had just met me probably like a month before that, and I could hear it along with some of my other parents backing me up too. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Quick story: when her husband used to play with us, and I never seen a female carry her husband like that. He deferred to her to keep the court playing. So like that's how tough Trish was back in the day. So shout out to Trish for sure. And she out there. Well, yeah, North Carolina now still. Yeah, North Carolina.
Yeah, she down in Central, down in North Carolina. I just seen her not too long ago, about a couple of months back before all this craziness started going on. But yeah, they she was. I started like researching her because I do research on people. Once I meet people and I find out they're in the basketball world, I just start looking at them. I might look at your Instagram page. I might Google your name if you know what I'm saying. I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, they real humble people. You know what I mean? To be in the lane that I'm in and meeting these folks like that, I'm like, they real humble people like that. It just seemed like some people just not. Yeah, her son is gonna be a special. It was so funny watching him. Right, he was an 8th grader playing, and we moved him up to take him down to Augustus with us. But I was just watching him play, and I was like, oh yeah, you can tell he a coach's son, because he was just going to get information from the table, knowing the timeouts, talking, screaming, you know what I'm saying, knowing what was going on the floor, you know what I'm saying, so he could play any getting that extra tutelage. So that I look forward to him doing some really good things. He's a tough kid, football.
Yeah, he got and the little brother supposed to be really good too. It's two of them. So
there's two of them.
They both gonna be something special, God willing, and they stay the right course and keep listening to their parents. They both be fine because the DNA is gonna kick in. And man, they both gonna be 6-something.
Yeah.
And they already got muscle, so you he's taller than. Is he taller than you now, Trish? So they're gonna be pretty good. And
I met her husband this past couple of months ago. I was like, oh yeah, they're gonna squad up and
get some big.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
tell my MEAC referees how quiet I am. Yeah, right. I know you ain't quiet on that sideline. Not a person that ever coached basketball is quiet on the sideline for real. Unless you just got killers out there going crazy.
Yeah, doing it right then. Yeah, I can't stand coach that sit down. And all, like, how you doing this if you sitting down and not saying nothing?
Yeah, I can't sit down.
You better have all killers. You better have 7 Division I players in your team.
Yeah, dog. Even when we were blowing teams out, I'm still standing up. Like it just felt like you standing up. Yeah, 6'2" and 5'11", size 15. That's crazy. Amari got wow, Jesus, size 15. That's crazy. A boy, growing boys. Ooh, Lord.
Good thing you got that shoe connect because I'm sure you good.
Yeah. You know she good. And Central was Nike too. They be fly.
She only good then.
Yeah, Central be fly too. She's not quiet on the bench, Amari. Her son must have told her that.
Yeah, he's right there probably with it. That's
But yeah, I ain't gonna hold you all night. I ain't know if some folks, if y'all got some questions and stuff, y'all wanted to tap in, y'all can tap in on a couple of questions with Chris. I know he's on West Coast time out there, so it's still early out there.
We got a few minutes, so whatever. If somebody got any questions, I know we was rambling for a minute, so we probably lost a little few. But if anybody got any questions,
I got a couple of things I want to get to you too. But I just want to go back to you evaluating kids too, like some of the things that you look for when you evaluating the kid. Past the eye test. You know what I mean? Like I know eye test sometimes when you come in and seeing how they look or whatever. Size and stuff like that. But once you get past the eye test, is it some like special type of, like skill wise, you looking for dogs or, you evaluating like player position, how they play?
Well, you kind of, each person or each kid is a different scenario. Of course, you're looking for the obvious, if he's tall, if he can jump. Not really jump, because if he can jump in middle school, that's not really a great thing because that's going to fizzle out at some point. Very few guys can be dunking on guys at 14 and still be dunking on guys at 24. That's a long time in the air. So each individual case, like I always go back to my gold star, and that's Russell. Now, I don't say my gold star because DeLon, I wouldn't have thought DeLon would have been a pro at a young age too because he just didn't have the body. But Russell, I didn't realize back in the day, like Russell's foot are big and were big back then, and his hands. So me doing this job now I'm starting to recognize more like body, shoulders, arms. Like I just looked at hoopers at one point. In the last years, I'm looking at body type, but I'm also looking at demeanor. That's why I'm saying like with the Air West Middle, it's great to see because there's kids in there. We have some really good 8th graders. Like I mean, really good 8th graders. But I can already see the chinks in the armor or something that might catch up to them later because maybe their parents are a little overbearing. Maybe they do need their parents too much. Maybe they can't play with other kids. You know what I'm saying? So to really pay attention and not just looking at who can put the ball in the hole. Everybody, I mean, at some point, they all going to be able to score. You know,
yeah.
Score. Or they should be able to score. I look at the intangibles. Is he a good kid? Is he really skinny? Is he like a goofy, skinny, tall kid? To me, is a good thing.
Right.
And I don't want to be around kids that are all dope at a certain age. It's a process. You're not supposed to always be that great. You got to work into something. If you get too much given to you too soon, you're not going to work. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the way life is. If I'm a millionaire at 15, why would I get up to go to work at 27? I'm used to having all this money. You know what I'm saying? Or 18, not 27. But so it varies. So I definitely look at talent. But I look at what it could be and how he presents himself and how the family presents himself. Because like I always tell all the time, a coach can get a kid right where he wants them to have him, and a 15-minute ride home with their parents can destroy the whole conversation.
Right.
And does the parent get along with the coach? Like parents nowadays talk so much shit about the coaches that they chose for their kid to play for. You pick this program. So how can you continue bashing kids? Like it just gets more to me than just basketball.
Yeah.
Demographics, where they come from, who they playing against, who they go to school with. So I look at, I'm a little quirky with my way of doing things and the way I look at stuff, but it's just not just who can hoop. It's because that hoop thing that water gets cut off at some point. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you said, y'all was doing, Dane was talking about who was the one that went from 8th grade to
who stayed number one, like, whoever did that.
I don't like I get it, because I was a underrated kid who would go after that guy, and if I'm that guy, I'm gonna keep kicking kids' asses that aren't on my level. But at some point, somebody gonna catch you. Now, how can you once that race tightens up, do you fall down or do you keep running faster? So there's different ways to do this. Nobody has the perfect formula, and I know I don't. And I've been blessed with some kids that I didn't know would be pros that end up being pros, and they've gotten some of my isms and not some of my isms, but the culture that I come from is just, you just gotta kind of sit back a little bit and just, I'm definitely not an internet recruiter. I definitely don't just go by what somebody else says, because I've got just a kid out here right now that I have a very unpopular opinion about, and we'll see if I'm wrong. We'll see if I'm wrong or right in 3 years. But right now, I just think too much has been given to this person for him to actually get to where he needs to be, because there has to be some sense of hunger. So, long story short, I don't, I look at a few things, but demeanor and the way they approach the game and the way they approach life and people, means something to me. And I've seen it catch up to guys that were can't miss guys who were missing some personal stuff or personality traits that end up costing them big time when they got older, because they didn't take the time or they wasn't taught certain ways to approach or to be around people that would help them get to their ultimate goal, if that makes sense.
Somebody else asked us, I'm not sure if he's asking me or about your program. He said, what are some of your important goals for your program? Is that too?
Okay, because I don't have a program. So
right. I mean, goals for the program for us, we try to get kids into college. You know what I mean? We try to put them on the stage. I think we got the best platform for grassroots basketball. I think we're on the best platform for grassroots basketball. So the end goal is to put them into school. Stuff that we have, program goals, trying to get to Peach Jam, trying to win Peach Jam. But ultimately, we're working for the guys, round the clock, year round. Right now, since COVID, I've gotten so technology savvy right now since COVID, doing web calls, Zoom calls, WebEx calls, IG lives and stuff like that. So we're working for guys. We're sending out emails. We're sending out game film. I'm reaching out to high school coaches to get whole tapes to get my guys to break down and make films for kids and stuff like that. So the goal for the program is that if you got 11 kids playing 17U, you want 11 kids to go to play college basketball, whether it's Division I, Division II, or NAIA Division III. Like, we want them to go for free. The goal is to go for free. That's the goal. A sleeper that we had that I played against last year, EYBL sleepers on 17, because I was a 15U coach last year, but a 17U sleeper, I feel bad because I forgot the kid's name. But he played Indy Heat. He played for Indy Heat. He was the point guard for Indy Heat, and they beat us in Atlanta. I want to say they beat us by 30 points in Atlanta in session 1. And that was probably one of the sleepers that we didn't know that he was going to be that good, and he ended up being that good. I forgot. I'm gonna look his name up, on my iPad while we're talking about it, so I can give him his credit. But he was crazy. The point guard from Indy Heat was nuts. Mac, if you ain't here, Mac, still help me out with that guy's name, because I'm about to look it up on my iPad, but I can't remember that kid's name for nothing. What's up, Odom?
What up, young fella?
Yeah, Amari done joined in. But yeah, he played with me down. We was in the Peach Invitational last year. I took him down there with me, and he's gonna be special. The little young fella can play. But one of the sleepers, like, I can't remember the kid name though. But like I was telling somebody, asked in there, one of the sleepers, we played Indy Heat in Atlanta, and they beat us in Atlanta. Their point guard was tough. He was only probably like 5'9", 5'8", small little dude. He probably went off at about 25, almost 30 on us. Like, he went crazy. So I think he was a sleeper. A lot of the big name kids are big name kids because they, you know, because they get busy. So a lot of times they do outshadow a lot of the guys. Another sleeper, EYBL sleeper. It's hard because I don't know all the kids' names from everywhere.
Right.
I just go watch games. Sometimes I stay in the gym after we play, especially if we win. If we win the game, I'm gonna probably stay in the gym. Like I'll probably take the kids to get something to eat, drop them off back at the hotel, and then go back to the gym and kick it and go watch some more games. But
right, when you lose, you're out of there. Right.
Yeah, we ain't even change the shoes. Go ahead and you know what I'm saying, leave all that shit on. We about to leave right now. Like yo, what up, Taz? My guy just joined Taz. He DC dude from Ohio. But when we was talking about being in LA in 2004, that was my guy. I was telling you that was I was going out with and introduced me to some people out there, and he remembered the LA stories that we had in LA back then in 2004. It was crazy. He said, "Yeah, we had no answer for Indy Heat."
He's a coach for Why Not. No, Indy Heat was kicking Why Not butt last year.
Oh, they're from Why Not?
Yeah, kicking his butt. But my thing with kids, like I always tell people all the time, like, you know, we're in the business of pros and Division I players. That's what Nike is. That's what EYBL is. But I always tell people, be the best. When I talk to kids, be the best you. And that sounds corny, but you can only be the best you. Like if the best you takes you to D2, then you can stand on that. Your best you takes you to D1, or your best you takes you to get some bread, then you can stand on that. But there is no guarantees. Like no matter how good you are, this thing could stop in a second, you know, injury or whatnot. But you got to be the best you. Like I was telling the kid today, I said, there's a lot of dudes in the NBA that aren't pros. They're not pro people. They're just talented, and they got over, and the world has just worked their way. You know, whether they play 20 years or they play 5 years, you know, who knows? But you just got to be the best you. You know what I'm saying? Be the best you and leave it out there and be a good person and have a code and have some character and do your and what do you think about the kid from Jared? No, Jared can shoot. Jared's gonna be really good. He's from Corona. He's gonna be really good. And he could be considered a sleeper. But, I mean, in today's world, what is a sleeper? Because everybody's on social media. Everybody got videos. You can have a kid that – I got a post kid that parents like, we should put a video together. I said, he's a post player. Nobody trying to see this video. Just let him be a basketball player. So, but, yeah, Wayne Arnold, one of my young boys, had him in the 8th grade. I told everybody he was going to be really good in the 8th grade. He plays for Fullerton. He got a real good game. Real good game. But, yeah, you just got to be the best you, man. And stop trying to micromanage this whole thing. Yeah, Nigel Pack, that's in Indy Heat. He is off the chain.
He was off the chain. And dog, I don't know why I didn't know him before we played him, because we scouted him. Like we knew we gave our guards the scout report. Like, don't go under the screen. Don't do this.
And he got a little bounce to him too.
Yeah, they was going underneath. He was knocking that joint down. Bang, bang, bang. You know what I'm saying?
I think they low-key rested their players when they knew they had made it to the P-Jam playoff, and I think that hurt them because they had lost their rhythm and ended up getting caught up. Well, yep, my guy Wayne. But yeah, so yeah, just be the best you, man, and just go out there and play hard and see what happens, because you know the top guys. Some of the top guys are gonna be the top guys when it's all said and done, but there's gonna be some guys that's gonna catch up to them. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be some guys that's gonna close the gap. Or even surpass them. But if you keep telling kids they got to be like this player, be like that. I don't tell kids you got to be like Russell. You got to be like DeLandre. No, be you. Be you and find your piece in that. Because because you might not make it to make no bread, and that shouldn't make you feel like you're a failure in life and whatnot. You should find another avenue. If you want to be in basketball, you can find another avenue in basketball, as long as you're being who you are. But if you're not being who you are, especially in LA, to me, and for me, people gonna figure that out. People gonna figure out you're not who you say you are, and that might work for a few years, and it might work and get you some money. You might end up being, but in the long run, that's gonna catch up to you when you're not being who you are. So, bust your butt, bust your ass, and
Was Russ already a guy coming through? Was he a guy, or did he blow?
Who's that? Russ?
Or was he already a guy?
You're breaking.
As a young kid.
Russell?
Yeah.
Heck no. Russell was goofy, big feet, big hands, couldn't touch the rim until he was in 11th grade, but he played like he's the same guy. He's the same. He play hard. You can put him on the floor and he'll guard a big, or he'll guard a point guard. He'll do that. And he stayed true to who he was. And he's been staying true to who he was. Then he got to college. So Russell was, he played a little bit as a sophomore in varsity, played freshman as a freshman. Yeah, Brandon Randolph was really good. Brandon, that's your boy. Yeah,
used as a defender. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like they in his last minute, he wasn't supposed to go to UCLA. Jordan Farmer decided to go to the NBA, so that left him a scholarship open. So he didn't even take an official visit up there. He just went there. He was supposed to go to a few other schools. I ain't gonna put him out there right now, but he was not going to UCLA. He went to UCLA last minute. He didn't play much his freshman year. Sophomore year, Darren Collison. It's been luck. It's been some fortunate things. Luck for him, not for other people. Darren Collison gets hurt his sophomore year, or Darren Collison gets hurt going to his Russell's sophomore year, and then Ben Howland had to play him. But when he had to play him, start him, Russell did all the stuff. But Russell, he played the same way. Ben Howland didn't want him to play that way. He's been real quick. Darren came back, and Russell didn't start one game, and they lost, and he never took him out that start like again. It was over. So as a high school kid, 11th grade, he was starting to show flashes of being pretty good, but we were still reeling from the loss of Kelsey. So Kelsey was everything. But Reggie, the head coach, Reggie Morris, he knew Russ. He always used to say, man, Russ is going to be really good. But he just wasn't big enough. He couldn't touch the rim. So in my mind, I was like, there's no way, hell, that's going to happen. Junior year, he started. He became the second half of junior. He became the best player on the team. Senior year, it was flat out. He was the best player on the team. It wasn't even a question. So even though he wasn't in the city, the equivalent of being the city player of the year, Russell was the city player of the year. It was a kid named Deion Thompson that got the local area player of the year, who ended up going to North Carolina for 4 years. But Russell was. I remember him. Everybody figured Russell was the best player as a senior going to his freshman year. Still didn't think he was going to play much because he still didn't have the body for it. So he's definitely an ultimate sleeper, and he's kept that chip on his shoulder to this day, and it's crazy. And then when he got to UCLA, people thought he was just going to be on the bench for 4 years, and it was going to be a cute story. Went from Lou Zinger. He wasn't going to really, and then he just did him. Then lightning struck, and then he, I was talking to my boy. I remember I was talking to my boy, and I was like, man, if he averaged 12 points a game this year, he's going to the NBA. And he averaged 11.7, and he was out. You know what I'm saying? And he just had that, and that's not for every kid, because Russell's a Hall of Famer, and I'm not looking at kids playing in the 8th grade or 9th grade thinking that's going to be a Hall of Famer. But he just had something that most guys didn't have. But so, like, as a senior, he still was player of the year. He was still he averaged 25 a game. It just wasn't 25 over the rim. It was just 20. Russell had 9 dunks his senior year, and probably
that's crazy.
Probably 3 of them are noteworthy. You know what I'm saying? So, but he would lock up. He would throw his body in the paint. And Russell joke was like, dude, could you stop falling on the floor during the game? Like, he would always be
always on the floor. Yeah, he was a lot on the floor a lot. Yeah. Do you think he so at a since you started scouting kids and looking at kids like on that level of scouting and not just watching it, because when you're scouting, you're putting a different eye on it, on you know what I'm saying, you're putting a different eye on it. It's like you're looking at a little bit more detail.
Being player of the year, and dude just said being player of the year in conference teams big. Not back then. We weren't getting the love that we were supposed to get back then. Didn't start. That narrative didn't start till we ended up getting Brandon Jennings into being the best player in the country. Then he ended up going to Virginia. So we weren't getting that kind of love.
He came to Oak Hill, but see the way it is, like Oak Hill is in Virginia, but it's like it's like it's like not being in Virginia. Like when you count, they can still win like Gatorade Player of the Year and all that at Oak Hill, but when you talk about like Virginia schools and stuff like that, because they're independent, they're not in none of our leagues or nothing like that. Yeah. So you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. So he's saying not. Yeah, I know. I heard like in the Boondocks, away from everything. So yeah, my man, it's not a sleeper, but it is a sleeper because nobody was rolling with it. It was like, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? And back then weren't too many guys going to the NBA from high school either, or not even from Cali anyway. So he was definitely a sleeper. And then when he got to UCLA, they just came off a Final Four run. You know what I'm saying? So he definitely was just like, oh well, the pro just left. We'll just have this other guy come on, and then going to the Final Four. So. I'm rushing because I don't know how much time we got, but his story.
Oh yeah. We probably got a couple of minutes.
His story is definitely one of those. He's definitely a sleeper. DeLon was a sleeper. DeLon just didn't really take basketball as serious as he could have in high school. Well, not until his senior year, and then that's when the lights kind of clicked on with DeLon. Darrell was already top 5 player when he left Lou Zinger to go to South Kent. So, but Russ definitely defied the odds, and you would think he would sit back and enjoy the bread and enjoy the success, but
he's still grinding.
He ain't.
So since you started scouting, who's the? I asked Dane too. Who's the best kid you've seen in high school? Probably like the last 10 years. You think the best high school player you've seen?
High school.
In high school.
So locally or just nationally? Just period.
No, Cali. Who the best Cali kid you've seen in the last 10 years? I know it might make some people mad, but you know.
Oh, it's gonna make some people mad for sure. Like I always go like, who was the best?
I mean, they didn't have to end up being the best. Like I said,
no. In fact, then it's Ronaldo Sidney. Then that's hands down. There's no question about it. Ronaldo Sidney was unbelievable, and this is amazing how things worked out for him in life. But no, Ronaldo Sidney was probably the best player. I would say I always look like in the 8th grade, Brandon Jennings was the best 8th grader I've probably ever seen play basketball. DeMar and Brandon same. DeMar was probably the most athletic 8th grader to this day that I've ever seen play basketball. And then as we got to a sophomore, James is really good. And I started to my boy Red, James is in 10th, Russell 11. I was like, you think Russell's as good as James? He's like, no, because James just can play. He just used to say that. Now he probably changed that tune now. Of course he changed tune now, but back then, Ray was like, no, James is the one. And I didn't really peep James because James had that old slow game, but he could hoop. But you just thinking, wasn't around it nationally, so I didn't think that was what could work out. But so yeah, Sidney was probably the best, and those guys are really good.
Did you see Dame in high school? My man asked, did you see what's
Dame
up?
Lillard?
Yeah.
No, I never seen Dame Lillard play.
Because he's from Oakland, right?
Yeah, Dame from up north, and he was a late bloomer too. He ended up going to like Weaver State. He ended up going to school with Frank Nitti. They was roommates back in the day. But no,
I seen that. I seen Frank Nitti.
I saw Nick play, but I wasn't really like. Nick was good, and he was really good. But I didn't know what Nick is still an enigma. I wasn't sure what that was going to pan out to be. You know, and Nick's his own guy, but Nick was out there. It's like I've been in you as well. Really fortunate to see LA blow up, and I was there. I was there when these guys became who they are, and I want to share these stories with the kids, and I want to share these stories with the parents, and I am in my own little way. But yeah, Ronaldo Sidney, Billy Preston was really good young, was really good in high school as well. Like just had everything, just didn't quite be able to put it all together. But
he was at OK with one of my guys, and I just knew they was going to be like national champs that year. But it seemed like Billy was just, he had all the talent though. It just seemed like he wasn't all the way focused while he was out there.
It's what this society or this culture does to our kids. It's not really helping the kids stay grounded or work on things they do. Like I say, we come from we come from a microwave. This is a microwave era. We come from an oven era where when you wanted to eat, you had to throw your food in the oven and had to wait for it. I was watching this special today. Lynn Bias was talking about he wish he could have went to school more than 4 years. I'm like, what? A kid like Lynn Bias would never even went to college. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it was. Are all Ball brothers special? I mean, they were in high school.
Yeah. Josh Christopher impressed me. Oh yeah, Josh Christopher was a player.
No,
Chris,
yeah, I mean, I think the middle brother is good, and he had a really good high school career. I don't think moving forward he's special. I think in high school career is special, but I think Lonzo and Melo definitely are special, and they definitely will be in the NBA. Was smart about his craft and his role. Yeah, that's what it's so much it's so many people telling you so many different things. It's hard for these guys to stay focused like that. So when you do find kids like Russell, even though Russell's before the social media era, I think like 2011, those kids are safe from the social media era. But that 2013 and on, these kids kind of get told how good they are before they're good enough.
Yeah, so, and I'm going to use that one as one of my gems. I'm going to take Be the Best You. I think, is that what he said, Coach? You probably don't even remember, Chris, saying what you said a minute ago.
What about
you said Be the Best You, I think you said.
Yeah, you got to be the best you. You got to be the best you.
Stanley Johnson. Woo, Stanley Johnson.
You're right, J. Mark. You're right. I think Ronaldo Sidney probably was more electric than Stanley, but Stanley probably was the best state California player ever. He won state like 4 years in a row. So he has the best record as a state player in California. And his numbers were probably off the chain. His numbers were off the chain as well. But Ronaldo just had that. God damn, are you that big? You can do what? I remember when he gave Jeremy Tyler the business, and I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. So Ronaldo had the cheat code. For sure he had the cheat code.
Yeah, I remember Stanley Johnson came through with Oakland Soldiers. back in the day when they came to Hampton, he put on a show. He came through right after them other boys they had. Oakland Soldiers had a lot of guys too for a minute too. They'd had guys for a long time. They were real good out there. That's what I'm saying. Cali is so big. What is it? It's Oakland Soldiers. Why not? How many teams is in Cali right now?
Well, the only 17 teams is Oakland Soldiers and Why Not. There's only 17. Okay. But we have the Truth in Cali. So those are only West Coast teams right now. I mean, California teams, I have to say. We have a team in Arizona Supreme. We have Portland. We have Rose City in Portland. And we have Seattle Rotary in Seattle. And those are our teams for the most part.
Rose City, they were already a program, but y'all just brought them on as EYBL a couple of years ago, or were they already like a friendly or something like that?
If I'm not mistaken, they probably was a friendly for a while because they're in Portland, so they're right next to Nike.
They're right next to Nike,
So I'm not Ian, if you don't knock it off. But I'm not sure the history of the whole thing. Like I said, I wasn't around 5 years ago.
Yeah, for sure.
5 years ago, you couldn't tell me nothing. I don't know nothing 5 years ago. But they have a really good thing going on out there as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's rich out here, man. I have a really good job. I have a really good position in basketball, and I take that serious, protecting the shield and making sure that, we continue to get better.
I appreciate you tapping in with me. I don't want it to cut off on us without me getting my 3 nuggets from you, my 3 gems. And I'm gonna take it back to kids again because I do a lot of this is for kids that's been tapping in, and I know you're a lot on the evaluating side. So without being your legendary self in California, just like a couple of gems or a couple of nuggets that the kids can take away from it. Like 3 nuggets that you got for me about what you see when you're evaluating kids.
Oh no, I just exercise my boss sometimes. I look at your attitude. Your attitude tells me a lot. You know what I'm saying? That first I want to look at your attitude. And I just want to see what kind of teammate you are and how hard you play the game. You know what I'm saying? Like if you aren't rated and you think you need some more pub, I want to see how you approach that. I don't want to see if you complain about it. I want to see if you go at it, dude. That's what the Drew League gives. Drew League gives regular guys like myself and Frank and all the other guys an opportunity to play against better players and to show what we say we're all about. So I just want to see kids compete. You know what I'm saying? Whether you have a bad day or not, that's life. Some days that ball just ain't gonna bounce the way it usually bounces in. Some days you're not gonna make a shot like you really shot. But what is like you said, your character? How do you present yourself? And that's the main thing I see. Because I don't care if you dope, and unless my boss makes me go talk to you, I won't talk to a kid that I don't think wants to be, that I don't want to be associated with, or that I don't want to get to know. You know what I'm saying? Of course, my job makes me go meet and talk to people that I don't necessarily like or don't like me. But for the most part, no. So yeah, your attitude. Are you a good teammate? Are you a good kid? Like those things matter. And maybe to some people it don't matter, but from when I'm looking at guys, I don't want to see you. Like, I'd be mad when kids come to my Air West and they argue with the refs. They old enough to argue with the refs yet. Like, I argued with the refs till I was like 23 years old, and I thought I was good at that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care how good you are. You don't argue with the refs. You don't argue back with your coach. Right. And I look at stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, just be a good person, man. Be a good person and work hard and play the game the right way, man.
He said, I always ask the question, would you let him date your daughter? That's a great question right there.
You ain't let nobody date your daughter anyway. I don't care how nice he is, how good a kid he is.
Yeah, but I don't want to hang up on us, Chris, all crazy, so I'm going to let you go. Man, like I said, again, I appreciate it. You and Dane really kicked this thing off for me really good. It was a lot of good nuggets. I wanted to jump out to the West Coast and let the East Coast people get to know you a little bit better and know what you got going on. And like I said, once this thing clear up, I'm definitely making my way out there. I want to see the Drew next year. I'm coming to do all of that.
All that. I'm going to be in the gym every day if I can. And I appreciate you letting me get out here and run my mouth a little bit. I don't get to talk as much as I would like to talk, so I appreciate the platform.
You got a story, boss. You got a story to tell, yo.
I believe I do. I believe I've ran a pretty good marathon, and I'm continuing my marathon, and I want more people to to understand that this thing is as dope as it is, and as nice as my feet might be all the time. It ain't been easy, and I've definitely earned everything I'm getting from this. And if you want to really appreciate what you do earn in this world, you do have to work hard about it and be a good person, man. You ain't got to be no jerk just because you tough and you talented, dude. Just be a good person, you know what I'm saying? Because there's one of these days you might need somebody you just son to open the door for you. And they might not do it when you can't dunk the ball like you used to.
Yeah, that's another nugget I'm gonna steal from this one too. But no, I appreciate it, Chris. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you giving me your time and tapping in, boss man. You know, I know me and you will rap again, and like I said, I appreciate everybody tapping in. Chris dropped some good nuggets on us. It's a lot of good basketball talk. This is just episode 2, where I got like 6 hours of good ball talk already, dog. Like, so I appreciate it again, man. And I'm gonna tap in, and I'll shoot you a DM again later on. Okay?
Indeed, out of back.
All right.
Like